Season 4 of Stranger Things just revived the whole show. But before we go into Season 4, let me explain why Stranger Things is so popular and how it got the mass appeal, and then how the hype around it got lost. Basically, Stranger Things is a show that blends so many genres smoothly. It has teenage romance, government conspiracies, horror, nostalgia, and comedy, with kids being the lead characters of the story. And all of it blends with a sci-fi story. And the season 4 just revived Stranger Things. I mean, after season 3 it took 3 years to follow up, and in the way, the hype around it got lost. More of that is because of Season 2 and 3 were not that good as Season 1. Season 2 and 3 just felt repeated and playing around the same kind of formulated storytelling of Season 1, so it became kind of predictable. But Season 1 was special. Multi-genre storytelling like this almost being done for the first time. I mean, Season 2 and 3 were not bad, it's just not on the same level of Season 1. After Season 3, people just stopped talking about it. Most of it because of Netflix's binge watch releasing. Because of this, shows get very short amount of life. After that, nobody really talks about it.
You have already lost.
No. You have.
Now Season 4 came and it was pretty good. It got a huge budget and we could see that the filmmaking and the cinematography was very beautiful. The practical effects and the VFX was also great. All the upside down shots were beautiful, and finally in the season 4 we got a good villain. A good amount of time in this season was around mental health and trauma. Vecna sees all the bad in people and uses it to traumatize and scare them. People with past trauma are very likely to being a target of Vecna. The victims fights and relives their trauma when attacked by Vecna. The whole point about Victor Creel and Vecna's origin was great. The classic horror tone and especially the cinematography in those scenes was brilliant. Season 4 is more horror, more gore, more bloody and more serious, and the stakes are higher. The origin and connection of Vecna was pretty good, but they didn't explain enough about how he developed such a mindset about life and humans. The new characters were also good, especially Argyle and Eddie. All the new characters are likable. With the huge length of the show, all the characters get to grow. Eddie was great, his whole story arc and development was good, but the whole thing about Eddie's death was not very convincing. I mean, it didn't feel like this was the only option. The Russian storyline with Hopper, Joyce and the new characters were also good and it was enjoyable. Mike, Jonathan and Will didn't got any major role in this season. But as per the ending, I think we'll get a good amount of time in the next season. Honestly, the volume 2 felt longer for me, and I was expecting the ending to be more impactful, especially when 11 meets 1. Volume 1 was better in terms of impact and the thrill, but in the end it was good, and the setup for next season was also great. The last montage of fighting Vecna was pretty good. We got to see the mythology of the series and about the Upside Down, which was needed because for 3 seasons we didn't know anything about the Upside Down. 11 vs 1 should have been more impactful and intense. They both have epic level powers. The battle could have been absolutely mind-bending. And the ending of this season sets the beginning of the end of Stranger Things.